Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today in Red Bull Debrecen we are at the end of the season and we have once again won the league, this time by 15 points. Ferivar did make it a little challenging just before the end, but we did in the end get quite a comfortable league lead in the competition. We have got the Magyar Cooper Cup final, and once again we're playing for Ferencváros, so we will be showing you that. I could just end up playing this game over and over and over again at the end of the season. Could just play an old episode, but we will play that one live for you today. I will show you what's kind of happened in the meantime. So we have played a lot of games coming through. The key ones were probably the loss to Ferivar and Honved, which really caused us a bit of an issue. We did get quite an easy run in the cup competition. Puskas Academia gave us a bit of a challenge, but Ferencváros is the final one in that competition. And lots of goals being scored. Now, squad-wise, we have developed into this kind of squad. So you can see a bunch of the players from the under-21s and under-23s. Reason for that is obviously because this competition can have a foreign limit. We are having to bring in players to fill up the bench to make sure that we've obviously got enough players to really perform, which is fine. We've been doing that all season, and it's quite nice to get some of the young players on the bench. So if we do get a good lead, we can always bring them on, give them some game time, which is always nice. But there is some transfers that I need to update you on from the transfer window in January. But before that, I will show you the two players that we have signed and will be coming in at the end of the season. Francisco Amado from Vélez, centre midfielder, I thought looks very nice. We've signed him for £5 million, I believe. 15 first touch, great technique, great vision. So the deep-lying playmaker that I really think could push the team forward. Only 22 years of age. And then Attila Domokos. A lot more money we spent on him, but he's a central defender who I think could do well for us. Hungarian, so he has played for Juventus and has actually made an appearance for them, the one appearance. So I think it's certainly a player that can use at least as a backup, especially as you will now see that we have lost a couple of players in certain positions. So one of those players is Adam Lang, who has gone to AEK Larnakas. Again, he wanted to go. He's 33 years old. I was kind of happy for him to leave. There was no real issue there. So hopefully that's why we brought in the other centre-back. Jihad Al-Hussein has also gone to West Ham. This is one that I'm very gutted with. 4.2 million. So it was his release clause in the contract. And he has played for them quite a few times in the Premier League. Not performed as well as he did for us. But he's still doing okay. But I'm gutted he's obviously left, which is always a shame. We've sent a couple of players out on loan as well. And there were a few players that have just left. So likes of Prikotko, Varga, Torok. All players that aren't really in the team. They were under 23s or youth players that we brought in, so we sold them on because they were going to leave at the end of the season anyway, so thought we might as well get a bit of money for them, especially as we weren't going to use him. But then we have Kai Hoff, the German centre-half that's been played a lot at the beginning of the season. He has gone off to Fulham for £8 million. We signed him for 5.25 million. So we made a bit of a profit on him there, which is all good, which I'm okay with. Again, we have also brought in a centre-half to kind of cover that as well. And like I said in the previous episode, Benyay did end up leaving to Ujpest for 800k. I mean, it's profit because he came through the academy. I'm not too bothered. His stats aren't great anymore, and we've got better players in those positions. Now, looking at the team that we brought in January, well, there isn't really many. Obviously, Giovanni Munoz came in, but then we also brought in Willy Orban. The centre-half, Hungarian international, very experienced, 33 years old, kind of taking over that Lang role mainly as the kind of experienced centre-half in the team. And he's performed very well for us during this season since he's come in. But you can see here he will be playing today alongside Eric at the back with Luke Thomas and Kim either side. Alex Robertson and Kalmar in the midfield. Jelicic, Salai, Marin and Kaio George in the attacking threat. And then on the bench we've got Christian Simon, Emilian Bersetti, Cesar Augusto, Balaz Isco, Guigma, Joseph Saruzzi and Giola Marton. Wow, I struggle to say that. We have also got that Sandri has made 2 appearances for Hungary now, so that's quite nice to see that he has got into the Hungarian national team and looks to be kind of a bit of a stable figure for them. But we will jump straight into the game. It's the cup final. Can we get another win? I hope so. We can retain the trophy for, I believe it could be a 4th year now. I've kind of lost track because of how many trophies we've won. We have also got 9 trophies in 6 seasons. It came up when we won the league. So this will be number 10. It'll be 10 whole trophies that we'd have won in 6 seasons, which is not bad. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. And hopefully that's a sign of things to come in the future as well. Fingers crossed at some stage we'll be able to win a European competition, whatever that may be. But that is the end goal of this, is to win a European competition. And I think it's certainly something we could do. I think it might be a case that we get knocked out of the Champions League and then maybe win the Europa League. That's probably the most likely. Otherwise, we could probably win the Europa Conference. But that's, again, it's like we'd have to do badly in the league, which we're never going to do because our team's just so far beyond the rest of the players in the league. But with a goal straight away, Milan Jelicic, 30 minutes in. That's lovely to see. We did beat Frankfurt quite easily this season, 3-0 in the last game. So, I mean, we're high spirits. We're very positive about our performance against them. I don't think we've got anything to worry about. It's quite nicely done, worked. Kalmar out to Thomas, who gets that ball to the back stick, where Jelicic is able to just pop it home. So other than that, I think it's been quite an easy season. We had a little scare in the middle where Ferivar was right on our tail. But it's interesting to see that Frankfurt have dropped right off. They weren't anywhere near the title contention. It was Ujpest and Ferivar that was giving us the challenge in the league this year. But no real challenge otherwise. But Bolly did get through and popped it in after getting past Auburn at the back. It was the challenge that really helped him out there. The ball fell straight to him. And he was able to kind of pop that into the bottom left-hand corner quite comfortably in the end, which is a bit of a worry. But then, again, it's kind of one of those fluke tackles. He's gambled. Kalmar somehow tackled it into his path, and they've popped it away past Jonk in goal, which is a shame. But we go again. So it's a throw-in on the right-hand side for them. They are in our half, which is never a nice sign. It can always end up in being a bad thing, especially with a ball like that through to Bolly, who's 1-on-1, and he hits it wide. That is very lucky. One thing I did see the other day in game after one of the matches, I saw that Sean Dyche was at one of our games, and I was like, oh, he must be, I don't know, is he still at Burnley or is he at one of the other Premier League clubs? Maybe eyeing up a couple of our players, because that's all the Premier League clubs do, is just try and steal our players. I think we'll leave it at that for now. I don't think we need to change anything for the second half. But yeah, He was at the game, and I was very confused. Turns out he's the England manager, which is first off quite amazing, but also that he's actually looking at Thomas and Robertson to be in the England squad. Robertson hasn't even got a youth cap for England, let alone being anywhere near the first team. I mean, I wasn't complaining. I think that would be great. It'd be awesome to see them get into the England squad, but it would definitely also be a massive surprise, because I would never have said that they'd have been the first choice on the team sheet. But hey, we may see them in the England squad in the next kind of international break that there is, maybe in the summer or whenever that may be. But Salai is able to get forward now after the headed clearance. Kyle George keeping the ball nicely, trying to work something now. Erak plays it through to Marin out on the left-hand side. Back to Salai. Are they going to look for that overlap? Kalmar plays it through to Thomas. He's got a lot of assists this season from this wide area, but he does lose out, which the ball is then played across. Jelicic with a header. I mean, it's a bit back and forth here. It's whipped out to Marin. Fires at a goal. I mean, great touch and a great finish in the end. And, I mean, what a ball by Jelicic as well to get that ball over to him. It's 2-1. We've got the goal that we needed to get back in the lead and to get in control of the game once again. I mean, it's a weird clearance by their defender initially, and then they headed away again to Jelicic, who plays that ball out, and Marin does very well from quite a tight angle really to fire that in. But it's a goal, and it is 2-1, and we've got the advantage again. We have also now got another throw-in. Thomas with the ball in. It is headed away. Are they going to be able to counter-attack on us now? They have got 3-on-3 at the moment, but it looks like our boy Thomas is on the track back. We've managed to kind of get the numbers tied. I mean, what a challenge that was to be able to slide in and hook it backwards, but they did end up still playing it through to Bolly, who popped it home. It's an unfortunate counter-attack, really, because they did... I don't know who it was, but it was a hell of a slide tackle. He slid in and somehow managed to flick it backwards rather than forwards. But, I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. Look at that. That was really impressive. He didn't even move his foot. He, stood on it and it rolled backwards. But it's a goal for them. Make it 2-2 with half an hour to play. We don't need to see the next highlight because that'll just be them rubbing it in. We are running out of time. There's only a few minutes left. This is the only issue we have with this sort of cup, is that we have only really got youth players to bring on. I'm not really sure who to bring on. I'm going to assume we're going to get to extra time, so it might be the time to do it here. Maybe bring a couple of the youngsters on just to try and get through the game. Augusto can come on for... I don't know. Salai, and then we maybe move things around a little bit. I'm a bit cautious about how to do this. Maybe we could pop him in there and then move Javier Marin back. Alex Robertson can go up for next to Kalmar. It gives us a bit of versatility there. And then I think we might have to bring Brassetti on for Luke Thomas because he is absolutely exhausted. We'll leave it at that for now. We have obviously then got an extra sub if something drastic happens and we'll have to change things around again. We've been dominating the game, a 1.5 XG in our favour. So we have been supposedly the better team. And it shows on the shots as well. But they have got the ball now, which is what really matters. And they've got a lot of space on the edge of that box. It comes through to Bolly again. He's going to look to... I don't know what he tried there, but... Oh, I think we managed to block it. I thought he tried to go for a chip and decided just to, roll it along the floor in the end. Absolutely, we should demand more. Izuni with the ball in, headed clear by Arak. Is this going to be our counter-attack? Doesn't look like it. Zubkov is going to retain that ball and it's going to just fade out to nothing, hopefully. Unless it comes to us. Yeah, there you go. Alright, second half of extra time. Is there going to be any changes? We had an epic penalty shootout previously against Verovos in the final of the Cup. Are we going to have to go to that extreme and that length again? Or is Kim going to be able to deliver a ball in to Robertson? He's going to get the goal to make it in the lead. Comes back to him, fires it in. Oh, it's disallowed. Offside. Why is it offside? Did it bounce off our own player who was in an offside position? Or... Oh, they're not going to show us because it wasn't offside. They were mugging us off. That's a load of rubbish, I think. It's disgraceful. I think we're just going to leave it for the last 5 minutes. Uh-oh. Oh, don't score now. Or can we nick it from here? Nick it on the edge of the box. Oh, no. Oh, no. Zulu. Darlad Zulu gets the goal. It makes it 3-2. And for the first time in a long time, you're seeing us lose in a domestic competition in an episode. But I mean, he is on his own. I'm guessing Kim's meant to be marking him. No one's anywhere near him. And it means that they have won 3-2 in the end. We weren't able to defend our Magyar Cooper trophy and get that 10th competition win, which is a shame. But maybe it's a sign that the next one, the number 10, will be a European trophy. Fingers crossed. We have, I don't know to what extent things will become, but the Champions League we've got, the Hungarian League has now got an extra spot for the Champions League. We will go through the end of season review whilst we talk about this. But so it means that top and second get into the Champions League. Now, we got into, obviously, the Champions League nice and early on and bagged our place early. I don't know if that means we come in at a later stage now. that would be nice. Just means that we don't have to go through so many rounds before getting to the group stage. But I hope that's the case. We'll certainly get to find out. But this is kind of the team response to kind of the transfers in. I mean, they're not really unhappy with anyone. They weren't happy with Cho Hyun Woo, but he's kind of a necessity to have a backup goalkeeper just in case. But looking at the aways, yeah, they weren't happy with Diallo's, but he wasn't needed. Otherwise, most of these players, yeah, I think they're reasonably happy. Get some money for them. Yeah, I wasn't happy with Muric either, but he was going to just kick off otherwise. Yeah, that's all good. And then the loans as well, but there's too many of them to even bother going through. But yeah, so there we are. We have won the league comfortably in the end, 15 points clear, winning it and getting into the Champions League for next season, which again, hopefully we'll do a little better in and even hopefully get to a knockout, whether that's Europa League or the Champions League itself. Obviously made it to the group stage where we did end up only winning one game against Porto, which was a very good win, and then getting 2 draws against Hertha, which probably should have been wins. So I am a bit disappointed on that. And our average home attendance has increased, especially in the Champions League. So that's good to see. And unfortunately, we did get the runner-up in the Magyar Cooper Cup. It's unfortunate, really. We played well. I mean, we did have a really easy run to the final. The only real challenge was Puskas, Academia, and then Frank Verossi in the final. So it's a shame, but we keep moving on. A 6-0 win against Talia was our biggest win. The match to remember was the 4-0 win over Győr, and then the goal of the season was Takak's, one of his 4 goals in a game against Karos Landani, which was an amazing game. I wish I'd have kind of shown you that, because he absolutely took it by storm. Got a 10 rating in that one. Was a hell of a game. But there you go. Our reputation hasn't really changed. Sponsorship wise, we did get a little less for the season, but increases everywhere else by the looks of it. And along with that, Kalmar is the top sales for Shirt, Salai, Jelicic, Cristiano and Caio Jorge up behind him on that one. And this is the lineup we seem to have gone with the most. Gone with the best team we've have at the team. Jonk in goal, Santalab at the right back, Erak Herminio at the centre, Thomas at left, Sandri Kalmar in the middle, Cristiano just behind Caio Jorge with Marin and Jelicic either side of him. So good to see. Not many record breakers this season. Wally Jonk got the Clean Sheets Award, which is good. And Sandri's obviously continues to rise that appearance from up to 131, which is nice to see. Signing of the season, Jasmine Arak, I'd agree with that. Goal of the season, we obviously saw, and top goal scorer Jelicic with 20 goals, which isn't many, and we did get the least amount of goals in the season. But you can see here, Hungarian Division 1 Goalkeeper of the Year was Wally Jonk, and Player of the Year was Luke Thomas. So maybe he does deserve that position in the England squad, which would be interesting to see. But with that, we will leave it there for today. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy, even though we ended up losing that final in the Magyar Cooper Cup. We will come back again into the Champions League, so we'll see kind of where we're at, if we got to the group stage, how things work out, because we will be flying through these seasons now to try and get more and more Champions League football for you guys to watch. But like I say, if you did enjoy, like, subscribe and all that good stuff, and I will catch you next time.